Hey, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about, are the skull crawlers really titans? Because they don't ever say that there are titans in Godzilla King of the Monsters when they're just naming some of the titans there. They say Godzilla, the Muto, and Kong. But on Skull Island, the skull crawler is there, and they're pretty small, but the big one compared to Kong are kind of like titans. And it's kind of interesting how they say Kong is a titan in Godzilla vs. Kong, but we actually see him when he was in his younger form, when he was only 100 meters tall. So, like, what makes a titan a titan? So I'm going to be saying that a titan is, a massive thing that is very big. It doesn't have to be extremely big, but it's big and it has these powers and all of this stuff like this. Like Godzilla, he's a titan. He's big, has atomic breath. Rodan's a titan, just a giant pterodactyl bird. The Mutos are a titan, even though they were like a parasite to Godzilla almost. They're still apparently considered titans. Mothra's a titan because, a giant butterfly moth basically that can come back in eggs. And Ghidorah is a titan because it is a space titan, but he's a big dragon with 3 heads, 2 tails, and wings that can fly. And Kong is a titan, which Kong seems to be the one most representative to a titan because, he looks like a person, kind of, and, like in Clash of the Titans, they're actual, like, human titans, so Kong is kind of like one of them. One of us. But the skull crawlers, are they actually considered titans? They are smaller than Kong, even the big one there. Sure, it's kind of, like, heavier than Kong, maybe, but Kong just looks more beefed up. And the giant skull crawler, is just really skinny and long. So, and they never explain that the skull crawler is actually a titan in the movie. They don't call it a titan. They don't even mention it in Godzilla King of the Monsters. So, like, will there be any more skull crawlers when we get to Godzilla vs. Kong, and when we get on Kong's island, Skull Island? Will there still be skull crawlers around? And if so, how big will they be, since it's been years since they've been growing and getting bigger, unless Kong has killed them off and there's no more of them species left? But if not, they could grow really, really big. Someone's calling me. But anyways, they can grow really, really big, and they could definitely be considered titans. Just, they have to be pretty big in order to be called that. So I think we will see the skull crawlers in Godzilla vs. Kong, and I hope to see them return. And if they do return, I hope they're like pretty big. How Kong grows bigger, I really want the skull crawlers to grow bigger. And actually, the same with the other titans as well. But we still don't know when Godzilla vs. Kong is gonna take place. We're all guessing it's gonna happen, after Godzilla King of the Monsters. But when after Godzilla King of the Monsters? Like, is it gonna happen right after the movies? Right after the movie ended. So technically, if it was on May 31st, then in Godzilla vs. Kong, it would start out on June 1st. Even though when we watch it, it'll be March. What is it? 13th. It will be March 13th by the time 2020, by the time we watch it. So will it be set back right after, or, would it actually be present time and it just shows them all the titans where they already got on Skull Island? We don't know, but still, the skull crawlers, I would honestly consider them as titans. The same with the giant buffalo and Mother Longlegs, which is the giant spider on there, and the giant octopus on there. I do consider those as titans, honestly, even though they don't say it. I think in Godzilla vs. Kong they might mention them as titans because they've grown bigger like Kong did, and they'll be big enough to be titans. And that's also something you gotta wonder. When Ghidorah did his call, did the other titans like the skull crawlers, the giant buffalo, if there was another Meyer squid on there and another Mother Longlegs on there, did they respond to Ghidorah's call, or did they not even care about it? What I was thinking is because the storm around Skull Island, that's preventing them from hearing Ghidorah's call. That's why Kong in the movie, they don't really say anything about him listening to Ghidorah's call because maybe the storm around him prevents all the Titans there from hearing or from anything outside of the island. That's what I was thinking. But besides that, I do think skull crawlers should be considered titans, and as well the other creatures on Skull Island, except for the deer that were running around when they were dropping bombs on the island when they first got there. The deer there, they were just running. They're obviously not considered titans, but the skull crawlers, I really do think they are, and I hope to see them in Godzilla vs. Kong. Maybe they can play a big part, like right when they get there, right when Godzilla walks up to King Kong, when they get there, Kong's fighting some skull crawlers, and then Godzilla charges at him or something like that because he didn't bow to Godzilla, and then that makes them start fighting or something. But yeah, skull crawlers, they should be titans. Just saying.